Hi, my name is Norfatin and my student ID is 2025160799. In this presentation, I will be presenting the executive summary of our financial analysis on Perfecto PT, a local MSME operating in the hospitality and food service industry. This study was conducted to evaluate the company's financial performance, operational efficiency, and investment potential by applying managerial accounting concepts to real business data collected during our field interview. Based on our analysis, Perfecto PT demonstrates a strong financial position. The business achieved a contribution margin ratio of 57.69%, showing that it generates sufficient contribution from its sales to cover operating costs while still earning a profit. In addition, the business consistently operates well above its monthly break-even sales by approximately 54,000 ringgit, which indicates stable and sustainable operations under normal business conditions. Our analysis also found that the proposed 20,000 ringgit investment in kitchen renovation, which is the purchase of a combi oven, is highly feasible. This investment is expected to increase the business sales capacity by 50%, producing an impressive 750% return on investment with a very short payback period of only 1.6 months. Overall, our findings show that Perfecto PT has a solid financial foundation. With strategic investments and better financial management, the business has strong potential to expand successfully and achieve long-term sustainability. For our table of contents, we have first, introduction and background, second, industry issues and challenge, third, MSME business profile, fourth, objective, fifth, literature review, sixth, methodology, seventh, financial analysis, eighth, recommendations, ninth, conclusion, 10th, references, and lastly, appendices.
Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Zulaika and I will be kicking off our group presentation with section 1.0, the introduction and background. In the hospitality sector, the F&B industry is a major economic driver. In Malaysia, MSMEs make up over 90% of our business establishment. They keep money moving locally by hiring community members and buying from regional suppliers. However, having great food and loyal customers isn't enough to survive. Small business needs strong daily financial planning to stay afloat. Next, let's look at section 2.0, which focuses on the industry challenges that hospitality MSMEs face. The first major issue is cash flow. Buying too much stock traps liquid money on shelves where it can't be used to pay bills. Second is rising costs. Ongoing food inflation squeezes profits because small business cannot buy in massive bulk like big fast food chains can. Third is seasonality, with sales peaking in December but dropping sharply during Ramadan. Lastly, expanding or buying kitchen equipment introduces heavy risk if the budget isn't planned carefully. Moving on to section 3.0, let's look at our case study, Perfecto Petty Enterprise in Kerteh. It was started in 2018 by Encik KAMAL as a roadside stop. Over time, its operations grew 10 times over. Today, it is a fully mature business that supports 17 full-time staff with proper benefits. They stand out by offering premium 120-gram homemade beef patties instead of small frozen ones. Financially, they bring in 130 ringgit a month. However, direct ingredient costs take a huge bite out of that, costing up to 60,000 every month, while wages cost 40,000. To fix their space issues and grow, the owner is preparing to move into a standalone cafe. To achieve this, he plans to make a capital investment of 20,000 ringgit. This money will be used to redesign the kitchen layout, expand storage, and buy an advanced combi oven. Our SWOT analysis shows that this investment directly targets their biggest internal weakness, which is a lack of production space. This upgrade is expected to push total sales up by 50% by speeding up cooking times and reducing food waste. Section 4.0 outlines our project objectives. The main purpose of our group project is to use our classroom knowledge to help Perfecto Petty expand safely. We have set 3 clear objectives to guide our report. First, we will analyze their cash budget to help them avoid cash shortages. Second, we will use capital budgeting tools to check if their 20,000 ringgit expansion investment is safe. Third, we will analyze their costs and ratios to protect their 60% gross profit margin against inflation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hanina binti Mazlan. Today I will be presenting about MSME hospitality finance during the case of Perfecto Petty. MSME, or we can call it micro, small and medium enterprise, plays an important role in the hospitality industry. They create employment opportunities, support tourism and contribute to the local economy. However, compared to the large hotel and restaurant chains, MSMEs often face greater financial challenges. Many small hospitality businesses fail within their 5 years because of poor financial management. Common problems include weak cash flow management, poor financial planning, and outdated business practice. These issues make it difficult for businesses to survive in a competitive market. Financial literacy is therefore very important. Financial literacy means having the knowledge and skills to manage businesses' finance effectively. For Perfecto Petty, the businesses records its monthly sales and expenses systematically. This helps the owners monitor their revenue, control spending, understand their profitability, and avoid financial problems. Good financial literacy allows MSMEs to make better financial decisions and improve their chances of long-term success. Next, I will be explaining about cash budgeting and cost control. Cash budgeting is important because it helps business estimate future cash inflows and cash outflows. Even if a business is profitable, it can still fail if it does not have enough cash to pay for daily operating expenses, such as rent, salaries, and suppliers. On the other hand, keeping too much unused cash is also not ideal because the money could be invested to help the business to grow. Another major challenge is the increasing cost of raw materials due to inflation. Perfecto Petty spends around 50,000 to 60,000 ringgit every month to supplies. To reduce the impact of inflation, the business carefully monitors its daily cash flow and plans its inventory wisely. For example, buying non-perishable ingredients earlier can help avoid future price increases and reduce unnecessary waste. The business also experiences seasonal demand. Sales are usually higher during festive seasons, especially in December, when customers spend more on dining out. However, sales tend to decrease during Ramadan because fewer customers eat during the daytime. To prepare for these changes, the business saves extra profit during peak seasons. These cash buffers helps the business continue operating smoothly during periods of lower demand. Now, let's look at capital budgeting and investment decisions. Capital budgeting is the process of evaluating long-term investment to determine whether they will benefit the business. Businesses commonly use financial tools such as return on investment, net present value, and the payback period to assess whether an investment is worthwhile. In the case of Perfecto Petty, the business plans to invest 20,000 ringgit in a new combi oven. This equipment will improve production efficiency, increase cooking capacity, and support higher sales. However, every investment involves financial risk. If the new equipment does not increase sales as expected, the business may experience losses because of high investment costs. To reduce this risk, Perfecto Petty chooses a gradual expansion strategy. Instead of expanding too quickly, the business grows step by step, allowing it to manage financial risk more effectively while maintaining stable operations. Next is financial performance and profitability analysis. Business evaluate their financial performance by using 3 main financial statements: the income statement, balance sheets, and cash flow statement. These reports helps business owners understand profitability, financial position, and operational efficiency. Perfecto Petty also analyzed the profitability of each menu item. For example, steak generates higher sales and better profit margins, while burger may contribute less profit and reduce kitchen efficiency. This is where menu engineering becomes important. By studying sales performance and profit margins, the business can identify which products are highly profitable and which products need improvement. To maintain profitability during inflation, the business can adjust its pricing strategies, introduce combo meal promotions, or apply shrinkflations by slightly reducing portion size while maintaining product quality. These strategies help control costs while keeping customers satisfied. Lastly, we will be discussing about tourism business sustainability and future resilience. For MSMEs like Perfecto Petty, long-term sustainability means being financially prepared to overcome challenges such as inflation, strong competition, and economic uncertainty. One important strategy is community involvement. By participating in local tourism events and community activities, the business can increase brand awareness, attract new customers, and create additional income opportunities. Another strategy is building strong relationships with suppliers and local farmers. Good collaboration helps secure stable raw material prices, reduce supply disruptions, and minimize the impact of inflation. Another strategy is building strong relationships with suppliers and local farmers. Good collaboration helps secure stable raw material prices, reduce supply disruptions, and minimize the impact of inflation. Lastly, continuous improvement is essential. By consistently improving food quality, customer service, and business innovation, Perfecto Petty can strengthen customer loyalty and remain competitive in the hospitality industry. In conclusion, effective financial management, careful planning, and continuous innovation are key factors that help MSMEs achieve long-term business success and sustainability.
For our methodology, we collected primary data through an executive interview conducted on 14 June 2026. We then analyzed the company's financial performance using 4 key financial techniques. First, break-even analysis was used to determine the minimum sale required to avoid losses. Second, financial ratio analysis, measure profitability, liquidity, and operational efficiency. Third, a 3-month rolling cash budget was prepared to forecast cash flow under different business conditions. Finally, a capital budgeting techniques, including ROI, MPV, and payback period, were applied to evaluate the feasibility of the proposed 2,000 ringgit investment in kitchen improvement and new equipment. This slide presents the overall financial analysis of Perfecto Petty. Based on the analysis, the company demonstrated a stable financial position with effective cost management and consistent profitability. The break-even analysis showed that the business is generating sufficient sales to cover all operating costs while still earning a profit. The cash budget also indicates that the company is able to maintain positive cash flow despite seasonal change in customer demand, reflecting good financial planning and liquidity management. In addition, the capital budgeting analysis suggests that the proposed investment in kitchen improvement and new equipment is financially worthwhile. The investment is spent to improve operational efficiency, increase production capacity, and support future business growth. Finally, the financial ratio analysis confirmed that the company has strong profitability and manages its operating expenses efficiently. Overall, the findings indicate that Perfecto Petty has solid financial foundation and is well positioned for sustainable growth in the future.
Next, I will present our recommendations for Perfecto Petty. Our first recommendation is to implement a just-in-time or JIT inventory strategy. Instead of purchasing ingredients in large quantities, the business should order inventory based on actual sales trends. This can reduce inventory holding costs, minimize food wastage, and improve cash flow. Working closely with suppliers through long-term agreements can also help protect the business from fluctuating raw material prices. Secondly, Perfecto Petty should establish a systematic reserve fund policy. During peak seasons, such as in December, a fixed percentage of net profit should be set aside in a liquidity reserve. This reserve can then be used to cover fixed expenses like salaries and rent during slower periods, especially during Ramadan when customer demand is lower. Our third recommendation is to proceed with the 20,000 ringgit investment in a combi oven and kitchen renovation. Since the investment has a projected 750% return on investment and a payback period of only 1.6 months, it is financially worthwhile. However, employees should also receive proper training to maximize the benefits of the new equipment and improve overall kitchen productivity. Lastly, we recommend that the business formalize its financial reporting cycle and regularly conduct menu engineering using point of sale data. Monthly financial reports will help monitor business performance, while menu engineering allows the owner to identify high profit items, remove less profitable products, and improve overall profitability through better decision making. To conclude, our financial analysis shows that Perfecto Petty is a financially healthy and profitable MSME with strong potential for future growth. The business has achieved a gross profit margin of 57.69% and a net profit margin of 24.14%, indicating that it managed its costs effectively while maintaining good profitability. Although the business faced challenges such as rising food prices, seasonal demand fluctuations, and limited kitchen space, these issues are operational rather than structural, meaning they can be addressed through better financial planning and management. The proposed 20,000 ringgit investment in kitchen expansion and a combi oven represents an important step towards increasing a production capacity and supporting the business long-term expansion. With a projected 50% increase in sales capacity, together with an excellent return on investment and a very short payback period, this investment is both practical and financially sound. In conclusion, by adopting better financial controls, maintaining effective cash management, and making data-driven business decisions, Perfecto Petty can strengthen its competitiveness, achieve sustainable growth, and successfully transition from a local food business into an independent and resilient cafe.